Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to episode 9 of the FIFA 20 My Player Career Mode. And it's a new season, new start, and as you can see already, I'm sure most of you have spotted it, matches played 1, goals 2, assists 2. Crazy. So let's have a little look. Start of the season. I was going to show you the first game, but the idea is I thought Bristol City and Tottenham would be the better two games to show you. So I thought I'd play the Everton game, and we absolutely stuffed them 4-0. I even had to check my difficulty settings because I was confused. We played so well. We were superb. We went 3-0 up within 25 minutes, and Everton just had nothing. No answers for us at all. They were terrible. Then they switched things slightly up at half-time. We carried on and scored one more goal, but they were a lot better and they created a few chances themselves. But certainly a great start to the season. So in today's episode, we are in the team for the Bristol City game, so that's good. Don't know if we're going to be in the team for the Spurs game, but providing we play well today, I can see no reason why we shouldn't. But before we go any further, I did score what I consider to be a good goal against Everton. So let's run that clip now.
Papastatopoulos. Here's Torreira. Well, there are players here who stand out a bit, these two in particular. And he could get away here. That's a wonderful chip into the back of the net. Superbly done. A brilliant chip. Got it just right.
It's a really difficult skill, isn't it, to get the right weight on the ball. It was such a cheeky effort.
Let's see the replay now.
So what a goal that was, and it actually turned out to be my first goal outside the box, which is a little bit strange because I kind of thought we'd done it already, but because we were such a poor player last year and we only played 14 games total for the whole season, so we didn't play enough games to maybe score enough goals and do enough things to up our stats too much and make us better. So I think this season could be a real turning point, hopefully, well, definitely for me personally, but hopefully for Arsenal too, because like I say, we want to win Champions League, Europa League, Premier League. We want to win 2 of those 3 really. So let's get into this Bristol City game, and hopefully the newly promoted side are going to really struggle and we can bag ourselves a few goals. Okay, here we go. Lineups first. It's the first game at the Emirates this season. Leno in goal, Maitland-Niles, Socrates, Mustafi and Tierney, Granit Xhaka and Lucas Torreira, Nicolas Pepe, Ozil and Aubameyang will play in behind Sean Measures. And now the Bristol City lineup here. We have Menpar in goal, Hunt, Callas, Wright, Williams and Rowe across the back, making a back 5. Josh Brownhill and Smith. Smolek's in ahead of them, and Diedu and Wyman up top. It's a relatively strong side for a newly promoted team. Corner kick to Arsenal early on in the game. Can we get ourselves on this? It's gone to the edge of the box. Not a great corner. It's dropped to Ozil. Ozil shoots. And flying over the bar there. Half chance for Arsenal early on in the game. Back out to Rowe. Patient from Bristol City. I think they'll gladly try and keep the ball. Can he get across in the box? That's a heavy touch. And now Xhaka. Can Xhaka find my feet? He can. He's going to get it back off us. And will he give the return? He will. It's good from Xhaka. And Measures now bounding towards goal. Beat the defender at the near post. Can we? No, I tried to cut that back further. I saw Pepe or whoever that was stop, and it was poor from me. Very, very poor. Should have put a foot on the ball. We could have pulled it back easier, but it's a corner to Arsenal. Corner now to come in. We're not known for our heading ability. Oh, a lovely strike there from Ozil. That's the second big hit today, and the technique to hit that, constantly rising with that backspin. Fantastic technique, but a little bit wide of the goal, and I think the keeper would have had it covered anyway. Proving very difficult with this such defensive line that Bristol City are playing, and it's almost making them look like the better team because they've got space to run into when they do turn the ball over, and we're struggling a little bit. 33 minutes gone, need to improve. It's just a little bit too much empty, nothing possession for Arsenal, and not enough in terms of creativity. Measures, finds the ball to Xhaka, gives it back. Measures, finds Ozil. Will he shoot again? He will. It's going to get blocked though and headed clear eventually from Bristol City. And look, these are the balls we need to pick up on. Not good enough from Arsenal. And if we get anything but 3 points here, it's going to be a shocker. But 2 minutes at a time on from the referee here. And I can imagine he's going to blow that whistle any second now. Maybe he's going to let this attack go ahead. It's Rowe on the left-hand side, finds a lovely ball to Wyman. Can he get the ball squared? Can he find a shot? Socrates half clears it, but that is the half-time whistle. And like I said, it's been a poor half from us. They're sitting so deep that we're not hitting them with any kind of forward pace or anything like that at all. So as soon as they turn the ball over, we've got so much space in behind us because we're pushed so far up. It's making Bristol City look like the better side. But definitely an improvement needed in the second half. And at half-time, it's Arsenal 0, Bristol City 0. The ball headed straight back into Schmodik's feet, and Arsenal really just struggling with Bristol City at the moment. They're not really doing a great deal, but they've still created better opportunities than us. Ozil, Measures, he's found the ball through there for Pepe. It's good, it's clever. Now Measures, can he return one to Aubameyang, who shoots, and that's come off the post, and he's offside, I believe. It was half decent football there. I took one too many touches. It's tight, but he's definitely offside, and that's probably our best chance of the game so far. So hopefully that's a good sign of things to come in the second half. Well, 68 minutes gone in this game, and it hasn't been good. We've barely had a chance. I really should have bought you that Everton game. What a game that was. Just open, really good fun to play in. Enjoyed every last minute of it. But here, we can't get the ball off Bristol City, and they're going to beat us 1-0. Unbelievable. It really is. I don't understand. We're going to have to go ultra attacking. We're going to have to. But it just doesn't seem like it's working. We're so flat in attack, so flat. But when we play against the better teams that come at us, it gives us that space in behind, and we look a lot better. But I mean, this, you wouldn't be surprised if Arsenal conceded this goal in real life, would you? I don't think anyone would be. This whole game, how we're setting up, how Bristol City is setting up against us, it's just so typical. It really is, and that makes the score Arsenal 0, Bristol City 1. Not that I think it's going to work. We're going to have to try some balls over the top. But Bristol City now are just going to sit even more men behind the ball. And these defensive midfielders just absolutely stopping us from getting anything at all. Little run off the ball there. And that's got to be a foul. Of course that's a foul. Arsenal win it back. Well, it's Measures. He's run out of ideas. Look, I'm clueless. I don't know what to do. Someone help me. El Nenny's on the edge. Give it to him, so it's no longer my fault. And Measures with the first chance of the game. I've hit it just because we can't create anything else. Let's hit it while we get a chance. Now El Nenny, Pepe into Measures. Going to find Pepe again, who shoots. It's blocked. It's Measures. Measures has got the ball. He can't get it out of his feet, man. Just can't get it out of his feet, and shoots, and straight at the goalkeeper again. And now it's starting to become my fault if we don't get anything out of this game. Ball won again by Arsenal. Pepe, Torreira, Mustafi into Pepe. It's all very tight here. It's just pure defending from Bristol City. And Maitland-Niles again, how he is our only right back at this club, I'll never know. He's bought 7 34-year-old left backs, but he's bought no right backs. We have one right back. He sold Hector Bellerin. Far from good enough from Unai Emery. Emery out. He's gone in real life. Let's get him out in the game as well, please. Brownhill now coming forward for Bristol City. Zero urgency from Arsenal, and now it's Dadu, the strong man, puts the ball across, and it's going to be 2-0. It's easy. It's so easy. We're so bad. After I played that Everton game, I really thought, this is our season. This is our season. It's not. It's not our season. I don't know if it'll ever be our season. I mean, come on, Leno. Look, that's only going one pay. Gamble. You're already moving that way. Just carry on. Why have you stopped? And it's just bad. It wasn't his fault. It was everyone else's fault in the lead up to the goal. But Arsenal 0, Bristol City 2. And we're into the 90th minute, 3 minutes added time. And look at us. That's just how bad we are. We're just bad. We're just bad. So I've only gone and took myself off the loan list as well. Because again, played that Everton game. And I thought, well, we don't need to be on the loan list. We're in the team. We've scored 2. We've set up 2. We played really well. We don't need to go on loan. But looking at this, maybe we don't just need a loan move, we need to get out of Arsenal, because the rot has set into the club. I mean, embarrassing this game was. Absolutely embarrassing. We done absolutely nothing with the ball. I had a couple of chances, but they were scrappy half chances. It, really, really bad. But anyway, full-time score, Arsenal 0, Bristol City 2. And after the game, we played a terrible 6.7. We had 3 shots, 1 on target, 2 off target. Passing was 88%. We didn't do a lot wrong there. It just came down to the point that we just didn't create any good chances. There was no space in behind, which is where we absolutely devastated Everton. We really did. Whether it was a ball over for me for the top and I'd finish it, or whether a ball over for me for the top and I'd square it and someone else would finish it. So it seems like we're maybe one-trick ponies, but we need to improve. Arsenal need to improve, and now we've got a big game against Tottenham. Okay, after that absolute shocker, let's get some training in. We have gone up to an 80 rated striker through the summer, which is all good news. Any kind of improvement for us personally is all good news, because hopefully we can have a little bit more of an impact on the team's performances and score a few more goals. This is the withdrawal request. And twice he's turned me down. He wants to keep me on the loan list, which maybe speaks volumes. So we're gonna stay on the loan list, and if an offer does come up before the end of the transfer window, who knows? We may be off. And as the Tottenham game approaches here, we've got another news item. This could be a loan offer, and it is a loan offer. And it's from Stade Rennais. We'll check them out quickly, because it might not be a bad move. The French league in general might not be a bad move. I mean, unless you're playing against PSG, everyone's much of a muchness. So the French league may not be too bad. They've played 2, won 2, they've scored 2 and conceded none. I like the fact they've conceded none in those 2 games, but only conceded 2. Maybe you can see why they want a striker. But I must admit, I don't feel too warm about the idea of going to France in general, and maybe especially Stade Rennais. I think we're going to turn it down for now. Ideally, I'd like to go to maybe a lower level Premier League club, but if we're going to get in for Arsenal week in, week out, then there's kind of no point, because then we're playing in a better team, supposedly better team. We're really bad. And we can get that first team football for Arsenal instead. So let's see. We haven't been selected for the Tottenham game. Okay. That's now telling me that maybe, unless we have literally excellent form, maybe we're not going to get into the team week in, week out. So let's see how the boys get on without me. And a 2-2, I'll take that. I'll take that, definitely. That's a good result away at Tottenham there. 2 more news items after that Tottenham game, and we've got a loan offer from Aston Villa. Now, I assume they went down last season, so if they did go down last season, I shall not be dropping down to the Championship to join Aston Villa. Unless they've had a really bad start, then they're in the Premier League. Okay, that's interesting. So Villa in the Champions League, maybe. Champions League, in the Premier League, sorry. Don't know what I'm talking about. Yes, Aston Villa are. They've played 3, drew 3. This is interesting. This is interesting. This gives us a chance to move away from Arsenal for a season. Let them do their thing. See how they get on without us. And we could join Villa. Hopefully get first team football every week. Hopefully get a bag full of goals for them. I don't know. Let's check out Aston Villa's squad and see what we'd be working with. Okay, so Aston Villa. In terms of strikers, I mean, they've got Wesley. Don't know how high he's rated. I should imagine Wesley would be the only kind of guy that will be sort of in competition with for a first team place. Marco van Ginkel. They've still got McGinn. Still got Grealish. I mean, they've not got a bad side. It's still, it doesn't look like they've made huge amounts of signings. But I kind of like the idea of signing for Aston Villa. So I think what we're going to do is, I'm going to split this into 2 episodes. I think we're going to go to Aston Villa. We're going to take this loan move to Aston Villa, and then we're gonna introduce ourselves to Aston Villa, etc. And then we'll go and play 2 games for Villa in the next episode. So they're offering me 65 grand a week. I don't know how that works. Generally, they would just pay the wages that I'm on at Arsenal. But we're going to accept this offer, and we're going to sign for Aston Villa for the season on loan. And I think it's a really good loan move. It makes sense. It's Premier League football. We're clearly not first choice for Arsenal, as we shouldn't be. They've got Aubameyang, Lacazette, etc. So he wants an average rating of 6 or better. He wants 7 goals. This is telling me maybe we're not going to be first choice at Villa as well, which is a little bit worrying. But let's get into this squad hub here and see if we can just see what kind of level we're at compared to everyone else. And as you can see, we are the 2nd best player at the club. The only player that is better than us is Wesley, who we're in competition with. So I don't know. Mate, if we go up to 81, which we should do pretty soon, will that automatically put us ahead of him? I don't know, but we have got a crucial role for the team. So I don't even know what formation they play, whether they play 1 up top, 2 up top. I'm not 100% sure. But this is quite interesting. This has come out of the blue a little bit, and I'm quite happy with this loan move to Aston Villa. I think we can do some bits for Aston Villa and hopefully improve them a little bit. Okay, so 3 games played for Aston Villa this season. It was a 2-2 home draw with Brighton. And it was a 1-1 away draw with Chelsea. Great result. And then a 0-0 home draw with Cardiff. You can see why maybe the manager thought that was the final straw. And maybe he needed to bring someone in that can score some goals. But we'll play our first 2 games for Aston Villa, I should imagine, and that will be the Coventry home game in the Carabao Cup, because to go on a little cup run with a team like Villa would be quite nice, and then we'll get the Leeds game done at home, and then that way we can check out the end of the transfer window, see who Villa sign, and see, more importantly, who Arsenal sign, because they certainly need some players. We're still playing Mustafi, we're still Maitland-Niles week in, week out. Absolutely shocking. He really, really is. So that's what we're going to do. That is the plan. So that is the end of today's episode. So again, sorry, it kind of went against plan, but we kind of just rolled with the punches in this one. And yeah, we're at Aston Villa on loan. There we go. Exciting times. So thank you very much for watching, guys. Really appreciate your support. If you enjoyed the video, please drop it a like. If you enjoy what you see from the channel, subscribe. Hit the little notification button so you know every time I've posted something. And I'll see you in the next episode. Aston Villa, eh? Aston Villa.